Oh, welcome. It's one of them days. We got a lot to talk about on today's show, so should we just get going?
Yeah.
Disclaimer. Morning Crankers is not responsible for coffee snorts, keyboard drool, awkward public laughter, spontaneous twerking, or any texts you regret after listening. Side effects may include joy, confusion, and the realization that your sense of humor needs therapy. If symptoms persist, don't call us. We're not that kind of show. Now then, good morning. You half-awake, chaos-loving, life-on-hard mode, champions of Earth. This is Morning Crankers, the show that slaps harder than a grandma with a fly swatter. Jokes are fresh, filters are off, and dignity left the chat hours ago. So grab your caffeine, hug your poor decisions, and brace yourself for the ride. Welcome to Morning Crankers.
Oh, yeah. It is hump day. You think there's a lot of humping going on today?
Maybe.
Yeah, a lot of people at work doing their thing, if you know what I mean. But before we start today, we are in this thing with Iran, and I don't actually think we've declared war. It's just an operation, which I don't understand how that works. I don't even know if I want to try to understand how it works because there's probably a lot of little quirks and, things that we don't know. But it's Operation Epic Fury, and in that, so far, we have 6 fatalities for our military. 4 of their names have been released: Captain Cody Kyork, Sergeant Noah Tetchens, Sergeant Nicole Armour, and Sergeant Declan Cody, all out of the 103rd out of Iowa.
It's sad.
It's sad. Only time's going to tell what was going on. We don't know what was going on behind the scenes. I've heard things about dirty bombs. I've heard things about we just don't know. And hopefully our leadership has the common sense to know when it was good. I don't want to be helping other countries with, fight their battles. If it was important for America, and by that I mean the American people, not some corporation. I'm talking about the American people. Then it's important to me. Do you agree with that?
Amen.
Yeah. So it is what it is. Thank you for your service, and we'll keep you updated on what we know. There's 2 of them that they haven't identified yet. I don't think that they've said anything to their next of kin. This really hits hard for us because our nephew literally just came back.
Yep.
From the same area. You didn't think things were going to go this way. My prayers and my thoughts are with our servicemen and women. And you know what? It would be really, really nice not to have these skirmishes or operations or wars or whatever they call themselves. But unfortunately, there are crazy people in the world that want to harm other people. So amen to that. Keep their families and our service members in your prayers, folks. So, now, I don't know if you know this, but we got to fall back. We're gonna lose an hour of sleep this weekend.
Yep.
Now, are you one of those people or are you not? Because in Canada, one of the states of Canada has now ruled that they're going to keep it for good.
I think they should.
No. I mean, they're going to keep switching back and forth.
Oh, no. I don't want that. I want it every year, same everything.
Yeah, well, you see, I think so too. I think it's Arizona. Arizona's that way. They don't switch back and forth. They just got it one way. And people always say, "Oh, well, you know what it would be like if we had to go and it'd be that dark in the morning."
It really puts farmers and their cattle in a tough situation. I was reading about it.
Yeah. Well, what did they say?
That farmers don't like the change because, the cows are
it throws them off by an hour. Well, it doesn't
milking.
throw them off. Everything around them changes, but you can't tell the cows, "Hey, guess what? tomorrow we're going to be milking an hour early. They're just not ready. They get into this cycle, this system.
Yep.
Yeah, well, yeah, it sucks. I mean, I can see why they used to want to do it, but I can't say that I think that it's good anymore.
Yeah.
But then right around the corner, we've got the first day of spring.
Yep.
Did you know that spring almost always arrives on March 20th or 21st, and once in a great while, it'll land on the 19th? It's facts. I didn't know if you knew that, but that's facts. Also facts, it's National Soup Day. Now, I like soup. What's your favorite soup?
I'd probably have to pick broccoli and cheese or
What?
cream of mushroom.
What?
Yeah.
Okay, both of them decent soups, but they're side soups. Broccoli and cheese and cream of mushroom soup. Those are side soups because unless you have meat
You
in it.
haven't had a good cream of mushroom.
I've had cream of mushroom. I've had so many flavors of cream of mushroom.
Oh my goodness. I could go for West Wind cream of mushroom.
No, and folks, if you're wondering, that's West Wind Diner up in the land of cheese. Off of Highway 43 in the little town of Darien, Wisconsin. I hear her talk about it all the time. Their soup. But here's the thing. You can have the breast.
What are you thinking about?
I don't know.
Always got your mind somewhere else.
But you could have the best broccoli and cheese soup or cream of mushroom soup. But the thing is, if there's no meat in it, then it's not really a meal. So I consider it a lesser soup.
You're thinking of meat, all right.
Yeah, well, it's something. I don't know. It's also National Pancake Day. Did you know that? Do you like pancakes?
I like pancakes.
Okay, French toast, bagel, pancakes. Crepe. See, I'll go crepe. Now, so there's crepes, but then there's Swedish pancakes. Maybe I'll go Swedish pancake because it's National Pancake Day.
Okay.
I mean, is that still considered? Because a Swedish pancake is kind of a crepe, right?
Yeah.
What's so funny? Because I misspoke and said breast instead of best?
We know what you're thinking about. You
Yeah.
can have crepes with the side of breast.
Yeah, yes. Well, I'm going to mull that over because it's also National Mulled Wine Day. You like mulled?
I've never had mulled, but it kind of sounds good.
Okay, so we went to a restaurant. I don't even remember what day. I think it was for our anniversary. It was something like that. I don't know. But we went to a restaurant called Rebar. You remember that?
Yep.
Okay, and it wasn't mulled, but they forgot to muddle the fruit.
Yeah.
Do you remember that? I remember I actually had to take my drink up there and teach them how to make a proper drink.
Yep.
You remember that? Yeah. What has gotten into you this morning? Did you have too many donuts today?
I'm just laughing at you.
Well,
Always got your mind somewhere else.
I don't know what you're talking about. It's National Cold Cuts Day. And there's another weird one. It's National I Want You to Be Happy Day.
Aw.
Oh, is that aw, or is that like, I want that guy to be happy? You know what I mean? Which one is it?
It's like aw.
Yeah, well, March 4th is National Sons Day. I happen to have 7 of those.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, happy Sons Day. It's Marching Music Day. Do you like marching music?
It depends. If they're good, yes.
Okay, well, I've heard a lot of good ones, but you watched that Macy Day Parade, and they got some marching bands in there.
Oh, my gosh. They're so good.
Yeah, what I like is watching the marching bands like for college football.
I don't think I've ever seen one of those.
Oh, they're beautiful. It's a beautiful, beautiful sight, and it gets everybody riled up and ready to go. It's pretty awesome. National Pound Cake Day. Do you like pound cake?
A little bit.
Okay, it's National Grammar Day. How good are you at grammar?
I'm not.
At all?
No.
All right, give me an idiom.
Mm-mm.
How about a syntax?
No.
Come on.
No.
All right, well, at least I tried. You know what I'm saying? It's National Hug a GI Day and National Grammar Day. Again, I mean, that's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. You know what I mean? Anyways, I thought that we would start this off with
Morning Crankers, stupid criminals.
there is so many dumb criminals. I mean, we were looking this up before the show. How many different dumb criminals? I mean, if you, is it get sometimes where it's hard to award one?
Yeah. Absolutely. Like there's so many that you could pick out of 10 and narrow it down to 7 because they're so hard to pick.
So I was reading about this criminal, and they went and they tried to cash a $23,000 bad check.
What?
Okay, I mean, so whatever. I mean, maybe they got really drunk and thought that they had $23,000 in their bank, but whatever. I was thinking, that's really, really dumb. You're probably setting yourself up for jail time, court costs, paying the bank. I mean, you're really hurting yourself, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, man, is that stupid? Then I see another story where a guy went into an Ohio bank and tried to cash a $2.1 trillion check.
Oh my gosh.
$2.1 trillion. I mean,
I seen one where the guy goes in, robs the convenience store of the lottery tickets, wins, and goes back to the same convenience store.
I've seen that multiple times. I mean, maybe it's just they're too lazy to walk to a different gas station. What do you think?
There's something.
I mean, it is what it is. But here's the thing. People are just, maybe they're getting dumber. Maybe we just have more access to dumb people now because of society. But check this out. There's a drunk driver that got arrested after being drunk after he posted a video of himself behind the wheel while passing out.
With Car Guru's Discover, you can skip the filters and describe what you're looking for in your own words. Simply type what you want, and Car Guru's Discover instantly surfaces real listings that match your exact needs. It's no wonder Car Guru's is the #1 most visited car shopping site according to SimilarWeb's estimated traffic data. Buy or sell your next car today with Car Gurus at CarGurus.com. Go to CarGurus.com to make sure your big deal is the best deal. That's CarGurus.com. CarGurus.com.
What a goober.
Okay, then there was a thief in Ohio that actually robbed a restaurant that was on like the 3rd story of this building, and he went down the elevator to leave, and the elevator got stuck.
Oh my God. Just his luck.
Yeah. Then in Venice, there was a burglar that stole a iPhone and took a selfie with the iPhone.
Wow.
Okay, that all goes somewhere, right? Like anything you do online or a picture you take, like, you got any pictures out there you don't want people to see?
No.
You know what I'm talking about?
No, I don't.
Like your best pictures ever.
No.
Like nothing when you were younger and a little, crazy?
No.
Nothing?
No.
Are you lying?
No.
Okay, just because of that laugh, everybody knows that you're
I know
lying.
I got some of you.
Yeah, well, it could be, but it's nothing that I'm ashamed of.
Uh-huh.
Anyways, so yeah, just be careful if you steal a phone. Don't take pictures of yourself. Another guy, this is one of those heavily medicated with alcohol type guys, was in a bar and he was mad because the tab was higher than he thought it should be. And this man called 911 over a dozen times because the bar tab was $4 over what he thought it was.
Wow.
What do you think of that?
That's stupid.
Yeah.
Because it was $4 more.
Yeah. So, I mean, the guy obviously gets arrested for calling 911 for a non-emergency. So I guess you could consider that criminal. Then we have a robbery suspect that shoots himself in the finger while eating pizza that he stole from a delivery man.
Oh, my goodness.
What do you think?
That's pretty dumb.
Yeah. Then we go over to New York, and there's a guy that took a selfie on a stolen iPad that he got caught from because, like I said, the picture goes somewhere, right?
I mean, like, iPhones are traceable anyway.
Well, I mean, they are, but you remember I don't even remember the name of the movie, but there was a movie, and it was talking about eye in the sky. You remember that?
Mm-hmm.
And if it saw your face, it could capture who you were and immediately send it to CENTCOM, and then they could come and get you. Remember that movie?
Mm-hmm.
We're living that movie right now.
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, they can do facial recognition pretty much anywhere now. Like, if you go to one of these big political events, they have facial recognition software at those events so they can tell who's coming and going.
It's weird.
And then yet you still have these morons, these idiots, do stuff like this.
Yeah.
So, I mean, okay, I'll give you one more because I'm going to let you pick who's the dumbest, right?
Okay.
Oh, two. I'm going to do two. There was a guy in Alabama that went and robbed 4 subways, and while he was in court, he said the reason that he robbed Subway is because they robbed him of years of his life because the Jared diet failed.
What?
Yeah.
That's as bad as suing your parents for you being born a male or female or whatnot.
Well, I tend to agree with you on that. It's kind of scary that people actually think that way. Well, and then one more. A guy that was snatching purses in New York decided that he was going to drop his wallet while he snatched a purse. Now, do you think he was just being fair, or do you think he was just that damn dumb?
He was dumb.
Okay, so out of all those, the Idaho guy that was drunk that, called 911 12 times because of a bar tab, the guy that took a selfie on an iPhone, the guy that took a selfie on an iPad, the drunk driver that was arrested behind the wheel, going in and out of consciousness, the guy that got stuck in the elevator, or here's one more. There's a guy in Atlanta, right? He goes in and he's going to rob a hair salon. He's going to go take money from all the gals there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Except when he goes up there, the gals are like, no, I don't want to. And he grabs a gun and he points it in their face, and they're like, oh, we don't care. Just go ahead and shoot us.
I'd probably be that person.
Yeah, well, I mean, this happened to a guy, and he walked out of there with nothing and was caught shortly thereafter.
Yeah, I'd probably be the same way they were.
Okay, so which one is which? Which one is the worst?
I think the pizza one where he shoots himself in the finger.
Blows his finger off. Yeah, that guy's pretty dumb. You know what would have been poetic justice if the only person to put a tourniquet on his finger would have been the pizza delivery driver that he stole the pizza from?
Yeah.
Don't you think that would have been?
Yeah.
Speaking of weird stuff, did you hear about Obama?
Yeah, about the aliens.
He said, Barack Hussein Obama says that aliens are 100% real, but they're not being kept at Area 51.
And he hasn't seen any.
Yeah, he knows they're real because he's been briefed on it. He has not personally seen any, but he also knows that they're not being kept at Area 51. What do you think of that?
I think they're a bunch of cuckoos.
Okay, so you bring that up, and he brings up Area 51, right?
Mm-hmm.
So then a bunch of major science publications come out today, and they said that under Area 52, there's been a bunch of really weird stuff going on with earthquakes, like a bunch of mini earthquakes all happening next to Area 52. And what people were saying is they think that we now have the technology to cause earthquakes in other places, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what's weird about that today is over in Iran, there was a huge earthquake today. Do you think we possess that type of technology?
I think there's something funky about who our
Funky.
weather,
Funky.
Yeah.
Funky. Feel like getting funky. Well, anyways, I mean, if Obama says it, it must be right?
No.
Are you sure?
Who would listen to that?
Okay, so we live in a beautiful world in the Ozarks, right?
Yep.
Okay, I want you to explain to me, how is it that we have 77 degrees today. And Saturday, they're talking about us getting a bunch of snow, maybe record snow.
Well, probably.
Why? What's going on here?
It's Mother Nature.
Do you think it's Mother Nature?
Well, I think it's our government, but
What is this? Is this Mother Nature's time of the month or what?
it must be. I mean, honestly, this winter has been the absolute best winter we've had since we've lived here.
Well, it's been
No ice.
no
No
ice,
ice.
but we did have. Well, I shouldn't say that. We had snow and ice. We got quite a bit of snow in like a 2-day period, and that's been
Very
it.
little ice, if we had any. I mean, we had some freezing rain, but it didn't stay.
I mean, enough. And I'm not saying this happened, but I'm not saying that it didn't happen. During that snowstorm this year, these kids that I may know or may not know brought a four-wheeler up and went four-wheeling, pulling sleds and blow up couches and stuff right down the middle of the road because everybody here in the Ozarks is afraid to drive in deep snow.
Oh, that's so fun.
It had to have been fun, allegedly.
I watched it. I mean, the kids were having a blast.
You did watch it or you dreamed that you watched it?
No, I watched it.
Are you sure about that?
Yep.
Okay, well, I mean, you don't get to do that in the Ozarks, but it has been a wonderful, wonderful winter so far.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm telling you, I'm kind of done with the winter. I would just as soon have 75
Summer.
to 89 for the rest of the year.
A sauna.
No, not a sauna.
Oh,
no
yes.
saunas. Well, I mean, okay, do you want to be sweaty?
Yeah.
Do you want swamp crack?
Yep.
You want swamp crack?
Sure. It's not like I've never had it before.
Well, how come you never think about me in the relationship? It's always you.
Well, you've had
No
it. I
husband
know
wants-
you have.
Yeah, but I'm a guy. We're supposed to have it.
No.
Hey, we are.
When you're,
Have you ever watched Shrek?
yeah.
Okay, no, I'm like Shrek.
Okay.
Okay, I'm supposed to be that way.
So go jump in the mud like the pigs do to cool off.
Well, I'm going to have to if it gets as hot as it usually does here.
Okay.
It's like opening the devil's garage here on some days in the summer. But, it is what it is. But isn't it weird that we had, really high temperatures today and then snow totals they're warning us about Saturday?
Yeah, well, our weatherman tends to not be correct all the time.
That's true, because today was supposed to be rain all day, and guess what? There was no rain.
I heard that tomorrow's going to be pretty nasty tomorrow night. Hail and all.
It very well could be. I want to ask you something, and I want to ask the listeners something. I would like to know, Pew Research did this thing. They went and asked a bunch of people if they thought that they had confidence in journalists to act in the public's best interests. And I'd like to know what you think. Email us at morningcrankers@gmail.com. Do you think that journalists in America act in the public's best interest, or do you think they're like parroting a narrative for whatever? Maybe, go back to COVID. Like, you remember all those things that you'd see from across the country where they had talking points, and you saw, no matter which side it was on, you saw across the country, like all these people saying the same thing at the same time?
I don't think they act in the Americans' best interest.
Well, then you would fit in with the majority, because the majority of Americans express low confidence in journalists to act in America's best interests.
I mean, I guess a lot of them, they don't want to have people lash out at them. So they'll say, whatever fits the agenda that day or whatever.
Which brings me to my next point, that we live in a completely ballless society.
Yep.
57% express low confidence, and 17% they have none at all. That's kind of weird. I mean, it just, I wouldn't expect that here in America, would you?
Mm-mm.
So who's your most favorite news personality? I think that's funny to say news personality, but that's what they are now.
I honestly don't like any of them.
None of them?
No.
None of them.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, well, the days of Rush Limbaugh are over. I mean,
A lot of storytellers, phony.
There is. I'm going to give a riddle. If you'd like to know and win a prize, and it'll probably be something like me saying your name on the radio. I'm going to say without saying a riddle, and I want you to tell me who I'm talking about. Does that work for you?
I'll try.
My favorite radio host of all time used to be a man. And that man would tell the rest of the story. You got it? You don't got it. You don't got it. Anybody that knows the answer to that riddle, I mean, it's pretty obvious, I would think. Maybe not. Email me. The first one to email me at morningcrankers@gmail.com. We'll get them something. Maybe we'll send them a little something, right?
Sure.
The best thing we can get. You know what I mean?
You.
Yeah. Anyways. Yeah. Students are now facing new cell phone restrictions in 17 states. What do you think of that?
I don't agree with it because it's happening here.
See, I don't know if I agree with it or if I don't agree with it, because here's the thing. A lot of the kids these days have turned into self-entitled brats, and they sit there and do nothing except play on their phone. So if you're playing on their phone and they're not paying attention to the person that's teaching them something, how do you deal with that?
Well,
no, I get the other side where they say, we don't, we want our kids to have them in case they get bullied, in case they see the teacher doing something so they can pull the phone out and video people. So I get that point. But don't you think that school should be used as an instrument of learning? So we should protect the time that the kids have in there to learn the most they can, and at the same time hold our teachers accountable to make sure that they're learning the most that they can.
I think kids should be responsible in the sense of and respectful.
Okay. Well, hang on. When was the last time that you saw the majority of kids be respectful?
There isn't any.
Okay, so
I mean, parents need to. I think there'd be more discipline at home if
they're clapping for me, by the way.
DFS would mind their business on certain things.
Okay.
And these parents would be allowed to punish their children, whether it be a whooping on their rear or whatever.
No, I agree. But we don't have that, do we?
We don't.
And I don't think we will have it for a long, long time, because I think the system has kind of been designed to pull us away from the American family.
Oh, I'm sure.
Well, like Hillary Clinton says, it takes a village. They want it to take a village because they want communism.
Yeah, no.
Communism does away with, faith, and it does away with families, and it does away with personal responsibility, and it does away with individualism. And all of those things you can see they're taken away. Like our kids, they don't teach them to be free-thinking, individualists. They want them to be part of the collective. They want them to be the worker bees. That's what they want. I think that it's sick and disgusting.
I think kids should be able to have their phones at school, not out, period, like in your pockets, for reasons like, let's say somebody has a school shooting and one of the kids is in the bathroom and they need help. How are they going to reach anybody?
Yeah, I don't know, because before cell phones, we always got a way to find help.
Yeah, but there wasn't as many.
I'd say what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. What do you think about that?
No, I don't agree. There are some really bad teachers out there.
There are, but think about this. Oregon, North Dakota, Nebraska, Missouri, Arkansas, Oklahoma, Texas, Louisiana, Alabama, Georgia, South Carolina, Florida, Virginia, Ohio, New York, Vermont, Rhode Island, Delaware, and Massachusetts have all decided to do that. And right now, Wyoming is looking into it, but they currently have none. What do you think of that?
I don't agree with it, but...
Yeah, well, I mean, We all have an opinion, and it's important to tell people what's actually, at least what we think is going on in our head, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this is that story from earlier. Scientists detect dozens of mysterious earthquakes near top secret U.S. base that test nuclear weapons. Area 52, the Tonopah test range. You know, who knows, maybe. Something's weird is going on. Then also, you know me, I'm kind of a movie nut. Would you say you like more movies or I like more movies?
Probably you.
Yeah. Well, the fourth, Othello, comes out. Aurora, What Happened to Earth, comes out. Enhypen, Walk the Line Summer Edition music. Did you know that they're doing that in theaters now?
No.
Music? Okay. Then we have The Bride, which is a drama horror romance with Christian Bale, Jesse Buckley, Jake Gyllenhaal, Peter Sarsgaard. Would you go see something like that? I mean, it's hard for me to think. I mean, it is. I guess it's a horror movie, but could you see Christian Bale and Jake Gyllenhaal in a horror drama romance?
No.
And it's The Bride. So do you think that they're actually equating this to marriage?
Maybe.
I mean, drama, horror, romance?
Could be.
Doesn't it usually come romance, horror, drama?
No, I have no idea.
I mean, it's just kind of backwards there. Then we have Hoppers, Heel, Protector, Youngblood, The Optimist, Stephen Lang, Reminders of Him, Undertone, The Gates, Sacred to the Death, Saipan. I'm still just in March here. Durandar, The Revenge. It's an action crime. Then there's Toxic. I wonder if that's a political documentary. Oh, no, it's action crime. Project Hail Mary, Ready or Not 2, The Pout Pout Fish, Golden, The Hunting Club, Bring Me the Horizon, They Will Kill You, Forbidden Fruits, Holy Days, Alpha, The AI Doc, Mirrors number 3, Mark by Sophia, The Furious, and that's it for March. Was there anything in there that you're like, oh, I have to go see that?
No.
Nothing?
They don't make good movies like they used to.
They really don't. Which they don't do a lot of stuff like they used to. So there was a big story, and all the like the super big scientists, they were all excited because they found an ocean or an ancient ocean beach on Mars, detected by a Chinese rover. I mean, this has been all over. This is on Reuters. Okay, so let me ask you something. How is it that we can go to Mars, we can see Mars, they can put a rover on Mars, they can do all this stuff, but yet they still can't cure the common cold?
It's because it's phony.
Do you think it's phony?
I do.
Do you think it's phony, or do you think that there's not like money in one of these or the other?
Well,
Would you rather go, like if you're a big government, would you rather spend billions of dollars to go to Mars and find an old beach where the Martians used to tango wango, bango bango? You know what I'm saying? Would you go rather find that, or would you rather find the cure for the common cold?
for the common cold.
I think most people would, and I don't know why it gets to me so bad. It kind of makes me like, what's going on? Like in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Anyways, it's just something to think about.
Thunk.
Yeah, thunk. Yeah. The planet literally tilts in spring. Did you know that? Did you know that? What's so funny? See, okay, I don't know what is going on here today. That's for me. That's for me. Did you know that spring actually happens because of the Earth's tilt and orbit? Bet you didn't know that, did you?
No.
Am I boring you to death with all this spring stuff because I'm so excited with days like today, 77 degrees? Go outside. You could wear a T-shirt and, run down the road in a pair of whitey tighties if I wanted. What's so funny?
You.
Spring fever is actually real. I think that's what I got. Spring fever.
Oh my goodness. Allergies
No.
affect.
No, this isn't allergies. This is good. This is increased sunlight affects serotonin, melatonin, and dopamine levels. Maybe that's why I'm in such a good mood all the time, because I'm outside so much, and you're not so much.
You don't have allergies.
I'll put plugs in your nose.
We're miserable with them.
You are not.
Yes.
Being miserable, somebody once told me, is a choice. What do you think of that?
Okay.
Do you think it's a choice?
Uh-huh.
Well,
Sure.
it does say, I guess, right on here. Allergies affect over 50 million Americans each year.
Yeah. This rain is really going to get us.
You would be surprised to know that studies show that there is a regular seasonal variation in sperm quality.
Oh, of course, you would find that one.
Well, it says specifically sperm concentration was highest in the spring and lowest in the autumn.
Your mind.
That means late spring babies, their dad had really strong swimmers, because that's when most, 9 months back I'm talking, if you go back 9 months. So according to this, the swimmers ain't swimming so good in the fall.
I got a spring baby, a couple of them.
Yeah. Well, it is what it is. That's what I'm saying. There's so much cool stuff that I think it happens in the spring. Like in the fall, everybody talks about all the big flocks of birds that come down to go down south, right?
Mm-hmm.
The same thing happens in the spring, but how many times have you ever heard anybody talk about that?
None.
None. You'll hear somebody say, "Oh, I saw a bluebird the other day. The Cardinals moved back in." Actually, I don't think the Cardinals go anywhere, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, you just hear it. So it's just different for me. And then I kind of wanted to finish off today with just some weird stuff that I thought that I would tell you, and I'm going to have you tell me if it's true or fake.
I'll try.
Can you do that?
I'll try.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
You're positive?
Let's go.
Okay. Do you think that you're taller in the morning than you are at night?
Probably.
That's actually true. Did you? I didn't think that you know that. Was that a complete guess?
No.
You're about 1 centimeter taller in the morning than you are at night. So if you're one of those people that suffer from little man syndrome and you got to go get your picture taken for your driver's license, make sure you get there in the morning. You know what I mean? Just, you can be a centimeter taller. Maybe it'll put you past that 5'7" mark. How about this? What would you say if I told you that Caesar salad was invented in Mexico?
No.
In Mexico?
No.
That's false?
Yeah.
Okay, it's actually true. Yeah, yeah. Okay. The oldest goldfish ever recorded lived to be 43 years old.
I believe it.
That's the truth. It was born in 1956 and died in 1999. This is really weird because he actually won the fish at a fair.
Yeah.
And then brought it home and then lived 43 years. That blows my mind.
Yeah, because usually they die.
Do you think that you would have separation syndrome if you had a fish?
No.
The guy from the Y-Files, one of the best YouTube, guys out there, he's got that fish on the side that talks to him, that goldfish. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
No, probably not, because it's a learning channel that's funny, and it talks a lot about, paranormal and conspiracy stuff. Great, great channel. Kudos to him. Check it out, folks. The Y-Files. Speaking of checking things out, you got a couple of podcasts. Tell us about them.
Among Monsters and
that's like serial killer stuff, right?
Yeah, true crime.
True crime. So besides serial killers, what have you delved into?
Missing people.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Have you done a podcast and then they found the person?
Not yet.
So I saw you watching something yesterday. I should say I heard it, where they found bones or something not too far from Springfield, Missouri.
Yeah, Macomb, Missouri.
They found them.
Somebody that was walking found them.
I wonder if they're Native American or if they're
I
somebody
think there's two missing women here. I think one of them's got to be her. one of
Well,
them.
and you did do a podcast about one of them, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, we're going to find out about that. And then what's your other one?
And we are the Hansons.
Oh, boy. What's that one about?
Family. Fun.
Family, fun. How about an 8-year-old and a 9-year-old that seem like they have to torment each other every day?
Well,
Is there any of that on there?
no.
No? Well, I think there should be. Anyways, go check them out too. The Y Files, Among Monsters, We Are the Hansons. I think that you're going to enjoy any of them. But yeah, 43 years old. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. Did you know Andrew Johnson was buried with his head on the Constitution?
That's weird.
Yeah, it was wrapped in an American flag and a copy of the Constitution placed under his head.
I wonder if that was his choice.
It could have been. I mean, if it's me and I have to put something under my head, it's going to be a Bible. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah,
Yeah, maybe a soft pillow like a My Pillow.
maybe.
You know? Did you know that it rains red in some parts of the world?
I did not.
Okay. True or false? There's actually an orchestra made of people with typewriters.
That's probably true.
It is. Since 2004, the Boston Typewriter Orchestra has actually been playing concerts, making and performing music by only using vintage typewriters.
It's usually the weird ones that are true.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of weird. How about this? Did the Beatles, yay or nay, did the Beatles officially break up at Disney World?
I'd have to say probably yes.
Ding, ding, ding. That's the truth. December 29th, 1974, John Lennon signed the official paperwork while vacationing at Walt Disney World.
See, I told you. All the weird ones, yes.
Yeah, it is. Do you believe this? There's a New York City restaurant that sells a pizza for $2,700 and that it's topped with 24-karat gold leaves.
No.
100% true.
Wow. I wouldn't spend that on a pizza.
And let me ask you something. I'm going to get a little personal for a second. If you ate gold leaf pizza, how long would it take you to,
Why would I eat it?
Well,
Gold leaf? I'd
yes.
save the leaves and throw the pizza.
Well, I mean, that's what they're doing. They're literally eating it.
I wouldn't eat it.
Okay, so there's some people that invented the flush toilet, and the flush toilet was more of a medical invention because it stopped things like cholera from taking over. But what is the guy's name that actually made the flush toilet popular?
I've heard you say this, but I don't remember the name, but I always think of John.
His name was Adam Crapper.
Oh, yeah.
So when you say you got to take a crap, that's why, because the guy that made them popular was Mr. Crapper.
I was going to say John Crapper.
It could be John. Maybe it wasn't Adam. But his last name was Crapper. I know that for sure. So, yeah. Would you believe, yes or no, that there's an underwater post office in the South Pacific?
No.
That is 110% true. You can buy a waterproof postcard, and you can snorkel or scuba dive 10 feet below the ocean's surface. A special flag is raised above the water to indicate when postal workers are in the water.
That's weird.
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
Kind of cool, though.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Now, how about this one? Is this true or false? Martin Luther King Jr. paid Julia Roberts' hospital bill.
It's probably true.
110% true. That is something kind of weird, but it was all the way back in 1967, and it was the bill for her being born.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
Mm-hmm.
Now, how they knew, I surely do not know. Did you also know that babies have more bones than adults?
I didn't know that.
Well, now you do. Okay. And then finally, how long does a Twinkie last?
I have no idea.
Isn't it like 10,000 years? It's supposed to still be edible after 10,000 years.
I don't know.
Did you know that honey has zero date?
I'm assuming so.
Honey lasts forever.
Honey's good.
Yeah, kind of like me.
Mm-hmm.
It's sweet. It's like sweet nothings
Sweet.
that never, ever end. It just reminds me of me.
Sweet.
What, you think that's
You are bitter.
bitter?
You are not sweet.
Hang on a second. I got to ask. How do you think that I'm bitter? Like me? Like
You're bitter.
Bitter about what?
Well, I could say the other word, but I won't say the other word.
Does it start with a B?
It starts with an A.
An A. I don't know what a word would be. Let's see. Attention getter?
No. No.
Abhorrently beautiful?
No.
American as it gets?
No.
Well, I can't say that I actually know what you're talking about then.
Mm-hmm.
Give me one more like thing. What would it be?
2 words that mean the same.
2 words that mean the same, meaning what?
You have one attached to you
On what?
on your backside.
On my backside. Abs?
No. You
that what
got
you-
abs on your backside?
Well, I might. I don't know.
No.
Give me another hint. Come on. Come on. Give me another hint.
B
B?
is the other letter for the other word.
I'd say big boy.
No.
No. It is what it is. Thanks for being here, folks. We love you.